I mean, I was just like really messed up. And but that was the point where I was like, okay, I'm done with doing the drugs. I threw it out my car window. I was even scared, smoked a cigarette, and it started thundering, and I was like, ooh, sorry, dude. You know, I was like freaked out. I was freaked out for that moment, you know. It was kind of fun. It was funny now looking back on it, but, you know, I was really thankful for my friend Matt, you know, that he invited me, and we're still really good friends to this day. We're polar opposites, but it's cool how God has kind of knitted us together, and I was all about love, and he was all about truth, and now it's kind of like, I understand that love and truth, they go together, you know, and so it's cool how God uses people like that in your life. Got saved, and one of the things I had to do, which was really hard, was God was like, you have to tell your parents about the drugs. My parents had no idea. I got arrested, and I lied about the whole thing. It was about marijuana. I lied to my parents, and they had no idea. They both grew up in Christian homes, and my dad never touched any alcohol or anything, so they had no idea about that kind of stuff, you know. I would do it in the house, and they didn't really even know, really. So God challenged me to tell my parents, and I was like, no, you don't understand. That's my parents, you know. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. I can't do it. But eventually, he was basically like, you're not gonna grow unless you tell him. And so I ended up telling him, and I thought my dad was gonna hurt me, but he just hugged me. It was like the best picture of love and forgiveness, you know. I'm so thankful that I had parents like my parents. It was really cool. Shaped my life, really. I mean, that moment shaped my life in a lot of ways. Me and my dad are super close now. I call him all the time for silly things. Remember, I used to punch you in the arm until it hurt, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, there was a point, though, that I wasn't totally in until I met these guys from, there's a Christian school that my friend Matt ended up going to, and I met these guys, and I was still kind of interested, and so I was watching them, and I was just like, man, there's something different about these guys. I want to know what it is, and then it kind of all changed for me. I remember there was a moment, I was sitting on the steps, and it was early in the morning. We went to go hang out with these guys, and that was all they talked about was Jesus, 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 and I thought it was just kind of strange, but I wanted to know what it was about. So I remember I was sitting on the stairs, and they were singing to Jesus in the morning. And I was like, what? Like, what is this? You know, like, no, like, they were, like, seriously singing. I was watching them, and they were, like, praising God, and it was, like, really cool. But I didn't really know what it was, but at that moment, I think I was like, okay, I'm in, you know. So I just gave it all. I gave my life over to Christ, and it was awesome. And one of the guys, I was going through a hard time. This was quite a bit later, but this is where my life verse kind of plays in. His name is Carlos. Loved him. He was such a fun guy. But I was going through a hard time, and so he was like, look up 1 Peter for me. 1 Peter 1:3. So I opened it up. I'm going to read it, because I was going through a real hard time at this point, too. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who according to his great mercy has caused us to be born again to a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead, to obtain an inheritance which is imperishable and undefiled and will not fade away, reserved in heaven for you, who are protected by the power of God through faith for a salvation ready to be revealed in the last time. In this you greatly rejoice, even though now for a little while, if necessary, you have been distressed by various trials, so that the proof of your faith, being more precious than gold, which is perishable, even though tested by fire, may be found to result in praise and glory and honor at the revelation of Jesus Christ. And though you have not seen him, you love him, and though you do not see him now, but believe in him, you greatly rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory, obtaining as the outcome of your faith the salvation of your souls.